How many indicators should a trader use on their charts? How many indicators do you need to use on your charts to become a profitable trader? How many indicators are you using on your charts? Please leave your comment in the description box below. I'd like to also hear what's working for you guys. Let's not forget that there are maybe a million trading styles out there. There are probably millions. I don't know if there are billions, but every trader has their own trading style that works for them. But yeah, I often get asked how many indicators should I have on my charts. Personally, I only have these two. I only have these two. Basically, what they do is to just show me my levels because I trade higher time frames. And part of that style is to look for key zones of interest. That's all that my indicators do. I don't call them indicators. For me, they are just tools because they are different from your EMAs, they are different from your Fibonacci's and stuff. What they do is they just give me a visual reference, on my charts. So I know we have the probably 1.6 level there. We've got the 1.5 level somewhere there. That's all these indicators, tools, if you may, do for me. Otherwise, this is just a candle timer. Tells me how many minutes, hours left until the candle close. But basically, that's it. But for some people, they do use things like Fibonacci. People do MACD or some oscillator, trend lines, and things like that. No problem with that. Where I have a challenge is where many people overload their charts with the MACD, with on top of that is a stochastic, on top of that is an RSI, and on top of that are trend lines, and on top of that you have moving averages crossing, and on top of that you have Fibonacci, and the chart becomes a mess. There is so much overload of information that either the trades that the person is going to take are wrong, or they are going to have so much information overload that they can't even take a trade. That's where I recommend a person to start getting rid of so many indicators from their charts. And also, let's not forget that some of these indicators that you are just placing on your charts in order to make yourself feel so much confident, some of them you are using them the wrong way. Here is what I would suggest, because guys, let's not forget, moving average the moving average cross is a trading style, a trading strategy on its own. It doesn't need to be given Fibonacci, it doesn't need to be given MACD, it doesn't need to be given all those extras. Once you start using the moving average cross purely as it is, you find that you probably have more success with it alone than diluting it with other indicators. Same thing if you are good with MACD. Personally, I tried thousands of indicators. Many could not work for me. That's why I got rid of them. But it does not mean that I have not seen people who have made so much money with those indicators. So I'm not one to quickly rush and bash indicators, because I know of people who are making money with those indicators. Fibonacci, I always tell people Fibonacci, I've seen people making money with Fibonacci. I was terrible at it. I tried to learn it. I couldn't. I could not make a dime using Fibonacci. And yet I've seen people making a lot of money with it. It's just couldn't fit my style of trading, or I could not understand it. Now, the problem then I see people taking moving average crosses, putting it on top of Fibonacci, putting on top of MACDs, putting it on top of stochastic, putting on top of, now it's a mess. You find that Fibonacci alone, if you understand it, Fibonacci alone, you can actually use it for profit. Just using just Fibonacci alone, it's a style, a strategy on its own. Just by using the MACD or the RSI alone, you can actually use it to its best. To its best. Now, people have a tendency of, if Fibonacci gives me 50% and RSI gives me 50% and moving average cross gives me 50%, maybe let me put them together and then they'll push me up to 99.9%. It doesn't happen that way. I would recommend, if you have an indicator that you understand it to the best of your ability, the ins and outs of it. So I would say decide on one or two indicators. For me, I just have two. They are not even indicators in my books. They are just tools. They are just visual tools. My indicator is basically what I consider is actually price action. These things, I just use them to mark my levels because I trade higher time frames. My bare minimum time frame is actually 4 hours. So I trade higher time frames, and I found that on higher time frames, you need to watch levels. So I just use these tools to watch my levels. But what I'm actually looking for is actually price action. That's my indicator. It has worked for me. For some people, it doesn't work. So my challenge to you is find one indicator that works for you. Understand the equation behind it. All these indicators, some of them have so much complex mathematics behind them, which should make them enough for any strategy. Find one indicator that you can understand deep down. Use it to your advantage. You begin to make money. Stop this temptation to put one indicator on top of the other, one indicator on top of the other. It does not improve your odds whatsoever. In fact, most of the time I tried it. I'm telling you, I tried it. Most of the time, you end up with more confusion. That you now, either you are taking the bad trades, or you're actually afraid of taking the trades because you are not sure what's happening. So find an indicator that works for you. If it's price action, good for you. If it's Fibonacci, good for you. Understand Fibonacci in and out. If it's moving average cross, use it to the best of its capability. If it's MACD, use it to the best of its capability. Putting all these indicators together, some of them that are not even related, will not boost your trading success. It just adds to the confusion. Trust me. Like this video, subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. If you are looking for forex tools, indicators, books and stuff like that, there are links in the description box below. Visit those blogs and see if you cannot find what you are looking for. Otherwise, I'd like to hear from you guys, so feel free to leave your comments, your questions in the description box below, and I'll try my best to answer you or to do videos on the questions that you would have asked. Until next time, bye.